Okay, for number 21, a period of a period table is shown. Okay, this is a group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and this is the elements that we have. And here, okay, the letters are not their chemical symbols. Which statement is correct? Okay, so we have to understand here 1, 2, 3 is a metal. Okay, it's a metal, and this one is a semi-metal. This is a group 14 or group 4. Okay, this is semi, and the last 4 is a non-metal. And the last group here is a noble gas, which is inert, it's not reacting. So element R does not conduct electricity, which is not correct because it is a metal. They can conduct electricity. Now element R and Y, where is Y? Y is here, react together to form an ionic compound. This one is correct because ionic compound, they need metal and they need a non-metal. Alright, so this is correct. Now let us look at the next one. Element Z exists as a diatomic molecule. Okay, element Z here, this one, it appears as a monoatomic. Okay, monoatomic, because they do not react, so they always exist as a monoatomic. The one that exists as a diatomic molecule is this. This is the diatomic molecule or diatom. Okay, diatom. So if you look at the group 17 over here, we have fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and also iodine. All of them will exist as a diatom. Okay, you have the. Okay, now look at D. Element Z react with the element T. So element Z do not react. They are inert. Okay, so your best answer here will be boy. Okay, now let us look at number 22. Okay, 22. All metal nitrates are soluble in water. Yes, correct. All nitrates is soluble in water. All metal chloride are soluble except for silver and lead. Okay, this one is regarding the salt. All metal carbonates are insoluble except for sodium, potassium. Supposed to be another one here, ammonium. Okay, ammonium carbonate is also soluble. Okay, which aqueous solution produce a precipitate when mixed together? So if you look at here, okay, now silver and silver will be combined with carbonate. So you will have silver carbonate plus with sodium nitrate. Okay, it will produce a precipitate. Which is this? It will form a precipitate. Okay, now the next one, silver and chloride. So we have another precipitate over here plus with sodium nitrate. Yes, this one is not a precipitate, it is soluble. Okay, now let us look at number 3, barium and chloride. Okay, barium and chloride. Okay, barium, it only forms precipitate with sulfur. Okay, so please remember barium sulfate, it will form a precipitate, but it's not here. Potassium nitrate. So we have here potassium nitrate. So this is both are soluble. So number 3 we cannot include this. So your best answer here for this question is 1 and 2. So which is A? Okay, now let me look at number 23. Oops. Okay, so here which row describes the properties of transition elements? So transition elements here, they have okay, let us just eliminate the one that is not relevant. They have variable oxidation state, high density, yes. Colored compound, yes. Okay, this is all is okay, so maybe A is the answer. B, high density, high melting point, and one oxidation state. No, because transition element, they have variable oxidation state, so both of these is not acceptable. And look at here, so low melting point, so which is wrong, because transition element will have a high melting point. So your best answer here will be A. Alright, so this is for question number 23. Okay, number 24. Let me make it bigger. It looks much more better. Okay, noble gas are in group 18 here. Okay, so the group 18, the last one, which is inert. Okay, which statement explain why noble gas are unreactive? Because they have a it's not about gas, it's not about monoatomic. It is because they have their valence electron as 8. They are stable. So your best answer here will be either A or B. If you look at them, they have a very close meaning. So they all have 8 electrons in their outer shell. They all have full outer shells. So your best answer here will be boy. Okay, now let us look at number 25. Okay, which statement is correct for all metals? So they have a low density, obviously no. Low melting point, obviously no. Okay, they conduct electricity when molten. Yes, all of them will conduct electricity when it is a molten form. They gain electron when they turn iron. So remember, this is wrong. So all metals, alright, all metals, they will release electrons, like they have for this. They will release a certain amount of electrons. All metals will form cation. So please remember this, guys. So your best answer here will be A. Okay, now let us go to question number 26. Okay, now here, carbon dioxide is produced during extraction of aluminium from bauxite. Which statement describes how this carbon dioxide is made? So let me draw for you the structure of the extraction of aluminium. So if you look closely, so I just draw a simple one here, and so okay, so here we will have the electrodes, right? We will have the electrodes, the carbons, and here will be the anode, and at the side here we will have a cathode. Okay, at the side here we will have a cathode, and aluminium oxide will be here. So this is aluminium oxide. So what happens over here? This is molten form. So now at cathode, here you have aluminium ion. So at anode, you will have oxygen ion, oxide ion. So what happened to this oxide ion is, they will release electrons. At the same time, here you will have oxygen. So this will become 4 and here will become 2. So when it is releasing the oxygen, so remember it is in the very high temperature, which is about 900 to 1000 degrees Celsius, okay, with cryolite. Okay, with the cryolite. So there is a very high chances for them to react. So this is carbon. So what happens over here is the carbon will react with the oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So as the time passed by, so what happened to the rod? The rod here will become thinner and thinner and thinner. So they have to change this rod. Okay, so this is the explanation how the carbon dioxide can form. Okay, now let us look at the question here. So which one do you think is the best answer? So carbon monoxide reduces aluminium oxide. No, this one doesn't make sense. Carbon is burned in the blast furnace to release the heat energy. Not really. Okay, now look at C. Oxygen is oxygen made in the process react with the carbon electrode. Yes, this is the correct one as how I explained to you just now. This is C. 27. Aluminium objects do not need protection from corrosion. This is because when you put a fresh, pure aluminium plate, okay, they will create their own oxide layer around them. Alright, so they'll create, okay, example, this is the aluminium and the green color is the oxides of aluminium. So it will, they will create the oxide layer themselves to protect the aluminium inside. Okay, so this is the main reason why it is not reactive, even though they have a high position in the electrochemical series. So now look at here, iron object must be protected from a corrosion. Which statement explains why aluminium resists the corrosion? Is because they form their own oxide layer. So which is C is your best answer over here. Okay, so now let us move on with the next question. Okay, number 28. Which statement explains why zinc is used to protect iron from rusting? So if you look at the electrochemical series, so the zinc is on top, right? So zinc is more reactive compared to the iron. So if you put here this is the iron, okay, and you put here the zinc. So what happens over here is all the electrons here will flow toward the zinc. So only the zinc will be corrosive. Okay, it will corrode themselves. So we just have to change this, not the entire the iron. So it's because of zinc is more reactive than iron, and zinc also acts as a sacrificial metal. So it is also this metal is also being used in ships. Okay, so your best answer here will be 1 and 4, which is boy. Okay, now let us move to the question number 29. Okay, Haber process is to produce ammonia. So this is ammonia. So this one is a dual, it's a reversible process. Okay, it's a reversible process where they will have a very high, it's quite high pressure over here. So your temperature here will be 450 and your pressure here will be 200. So don't get confused with the contact process. So contact process is for the manufacturing of a sulfuric gas. So here they'll have the same temperature, 450 degrees Celsius, and the pressure here will be 1 to 2 atm. So please don't get confused. Okay, now for number 30, which process does not produce greenhouse gas? Okay, greenhouse gas, the example is a methane. Okay, methane and carbon dioxide. So if you look at here, digestion, it produces carbon dioxide. Combustion is also producing carbon dioxide. Digestion, it produces methane as well, right? Carbon dioxide is methane. Acid rain on limestone. Okay, limestone is a calcium carbonate. So when you have acid reacting with carbonate, so what will happen? You will have the salt plus with carbon dioxide and water. Okay, look at the D, zinc, metal, and reacting with acid. So here you will have the salt plus with hydrogen gas. So only this process does not produce the greenhouse gas. Okay, now look at number 31. Which reaction involves sulfur dioxide? Involving sulfur dioxide is correct. So it is produced during extraction of zinc from a zinc blend. Zinc blend is zinc sulfate. Okay, zinc sulfate. But the thing here is, during the extraction of zinc, it only produces sulfur and not sulfur dioxide. Okay, so this one we just keep it on a hold. It reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to form oleum. Yes, this is correct. Okay, during the contact process, you will have sulfur dioxide, supposed to be sulfur trioxide, plus with sulfuric acid to form oleum. So this is oleum. Okay, this is oleum. So this is partially correct. It reacts with sulfur to form sulfur trioxide. Yes, this is the process before this happens. Sulfur dioxide plus with sulfur and also oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. It turns acidified solution of a potassium manganate purple. So all the process here, B, C, D, they will produce sulfur dioxide. So they have the relation of a sulfur dioxide, except for A, because extraction of zinc blend, a zinc from a zinc blend, they only will produce sulfur, not a sulfur dioxide. Okay, now number 32, lime, calcium oxide is used to treat wastewater from a factory. So which substance is removed by the lime? Okay, let's say in case you have forgotten the lime, function of lime, calcium is a group 2. So group 2 oxide, okay, group 2 oxide, it is alkaline by nature. So what happens is, when you have an alkaline plus with acid, so that's how you can form a neutralization. So here, this is salt. The salt is a neutral. Okay, salt is a neutral. And here is alkaline. So alkaline, it won't react with alkaline. This is also an alkaline. Okay, now sulfuric acid. So this is the best answer here. So alkaline will react with acid to neutralize it. Okay, what is the structure of the ester? Formed from ethanoic acid and propanol. So over here we have an ethanoic acid with the base formula of this, and alcohol formula is this one, OH. So here we have a C3H7OH, and ethanoic is C, carbon is 2, but you have to minus 1 because we already have another carbon over here. So it's CH3COOH. So when they combine, the hydrogen ion from the acid and the OH hydrogen ion from the alcohol will be combined to form water. Okay, they'll form the water, and both of this one and here, it will be combined together. So we have the H3 C double bond O, and it will combine with this C3H7. So the name here we have to take from the alcohol first. So it become a propyl. Okay, it will become propyl, and the next name here will be coming from here. This is ethanoate. So you have the propyl ethanoate. So now we look back at the answer. Propyl ethanoate. So we will have, so this is your best answer, which is a D. D should be the best answer here. You have, C is not, because you have this. Okay, D is your best answer. Okay, now 34. A fuel X produces carbon dioxide and water when it is burned in air. So does flue Y. What could be X and Y? It should be, fuel should be either alkane or alkene. So if you look properly here, hydrogen will produce water. Okay, or water only. They do not produce carbon dioxide. So A and C is not the answer. And your best answer here will be D. Because carbon, when they got burned, they will produce a carbon dioxide, and there will be no water. Okay, number 35. The structure of 4 organic molecules are shown. So how many different homologous series are represented by these molecules? So this is acid, carboxylic acid. This is supposed to be alkane. This is alcohol, and this is also an alcohol. Okay, so there is 3 groups. So your answer is C here. Okay, now 36. Which statement about ethene is not correct? Ethene is this. So you have a double bond over here. So you have a chemical formula. Let me zoom. So this is wrong. It burns in excess oxygen, producing carbon dioxide and water. This is correct. It reacts with bromine to produce an orange solution. It decolorize. Okay, this is, it will decolorize. It will decolorize. It will decolorize the bromine. So when you have a bromine liquid, it is a brown to orange color. So what if you mix with ethane to this one, it will decolorize. So C is not your answer. D, it react with oxygen to form ethanol. No, they will react with water to form ethanol. So this is also wrong. So the best answer here will be A. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so your answer here will be boy. Okay, so answer here will be boy. Okay, number 37. Ethanol is manufactured by fermentation of sugar and by catalytic hydration of ethene. So, which row states an advantage of each method? So, fermentation is much more slower. Hydration is faster, but it's not here. Hydration will produce much more purer alcohol. Okay. And hydration is a continuation process. Like fermentation is a batch process. So your best answer here will be donkey, D. Okay, number 38. Which statement about unsaturated hydrocarbon are correct? Unsaturated hydrocarbon means it is with a double bond. Okay, it is with a double bond. So they contain both single and double bonds. Yes, is correct. They turn bromine from colorless to brown. This is not correct. They'll change the brown to colorless. Okay. They can be manufactured by cracking. Yes. So if the cracking is alkane, which is the bigger molecule, then we will have a smaller alkane and alkene. Okay. So this is the cracking process. So your answer here will be 1 and 3. Boy. So for number 39, which polymer have the same linkage between monomer units? So your answer here should be C, because polyamide, amide is the group that they have nitrogen and protein having the same linkage. Okay. Okay, now let us look at this diagram. Question number 40. The diagram shows the partial structure of terylene. So, from which pair of compound it is made? So, if you look at here, it can be separated in these two ways. So, one is the black box itself and the white box. So it obviously they have a hydrogen like this, and the black box you'll have a hydroxide molecules. So when they are combining, the entire thing from the black box will go disappear, and they'll combine with water, the hydrogen, to form the water. Okay, so your best answer here will be A for question number 40. Okay guys, so that's all from my part. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. So if you have any questions, please comment below. Thank you very much guys. I hope you enjoy it and learn something new in this video.